Hello friend, are you looking for the best CPU for gamings? Please note this item's CPU for gamings have upgrade. If you received a new CPU for gamings, then you are in the right place. In this video, you are going to review top 5 best CPU for gamings in 2022 on the market. All this are CPU for gamings open selected best one personal Lakilian. The you reading reviews and odors. Okay, so let's started to this video. Number 5. The Huananzi Arcade Parts CPU. Best CPU for gaming usually presents the highest core counts and clock speeds. Whether you're after Intel or AMD, or you're still not sure, there are some amazing options on the list below which will get you through even the toughest of games. It's worth noting that there are some great mid-tier options that you should also consider at the moment. For the vast majority of PC gamers, you're going to be in perfectly good hands with the likes of a current generation Intel Core i5 CPU or AMD Ryzen 7, with either offering more than enough processing power to keep up with today's games. With that said, should you want to branch out into the likes of multimedia production and other hardware-intensive tasks, then you're going to want to aim a little higher. Number 4. The support dual CPU 700W PC not blow anyone away with its sheer power, but as far as AM4 current generation chipsets from the company go, it's very hard to beat at its current price point. What's more, the 5600X is frequently on sale, down from its already competitive $260 MSRP. AMD Ryzen 5600X is a solid all-around performer with both its single-core and multi-core capabilities in-game too. That's due in part to this CPU's higher-than-average clock speed combined with its quiet yet cool operation over extended periods of time. If you're after a processor to keep your rig ticking over at its best, then the 5600X continues to impress across the board. If you have some preference or brand loyalty towards AMD. Number 3. BGA CPU Reballing Stencils Kit. Buying a processor for a gaming rig isn't as hard as it used to be. Now that AMD's Ryzen 5000 series and Intel's 12th Gen Core CPUs come with more performance and cores than ever before, it's hard to buy a stinker these days, especially because most games favor graphics firepower over CPU oomph. All that said, there are specific chips that stand out from the horde as the best gaming CPUs due to their price, performance, or nifty extras. And they won't all break the bank like the powerful but pricey Ryzen 7 5800X3D with its Radical V cache and Intel's 5.5 GHz Core i9 to 12900 KS. Whether you're on a budget or willing to pay for sheer face melting speed. Number 2. If Intel's 11th Gen Rocket Lake range was simply a stopgap, the Intel is what many will have been waiting for. While it's pricier than the Core i5 to 11600K and its biggest rival, it's worth it, thanks in no small part to the new hybrid architecture. The addition of E-cores up the total core count without muscling in too much on the thermal and power requirements of the main P cores. As a result, the gets a major single-core performance boost compared to previous generations and an even bigger enhancement to its multi-core potential. Granted, this doesn't translate into drastically better gaming performance, but there's still an improvement to the extent that this chip outpaced the NR game's benchmarks. Temperatures also run low enough for to pair well with a basic air cooler, so your only other installation concern. Number 1. Dark Fash CPU Cooler or Async. There's a serious argument for putting the Intel in the top spot of this list. In my gaming tests, it was either on par with the company or slightly faster, despite having fewer cores and a markedly lower price. Honestly, if the wasn't unlocked for overclocking and didn't have extra E-cores for handling background processes, it could well be that comes out on top. But I'd still recommend it in a heartbeat, especially if you don't have the skills or means to try overclocking. Or, indeed, if you just want a PC for games and nothing else. The Core i5 to 12400F might only have 6 P cores, but as it happens, that's all you need to get top quality performance, even with a high-end graphics card.